Winter in Vale by Miles Ledoux. Book 3, Johnson's Welder. Excerpt from Chapter 2. Under the circumstances. What had Pressler meant? He'd said it might be a good idea to have deputies on guard at his home tonight under the circumstances. What circumstances? Jen felt uneasy. Yeah, Chuck Benz is apparently the oddball of Vale, Cy said as she and Violet cleared the kitchen table. Jen continued to sit at the end, deep in thought. If you thought Bethany Williams was an expert on obscure historical details, she's nothing compared to Chuck. He said he's giving a ghost tour tonight, said Violet. A ghost tour? How? His car got impounded yesterday. Cy paused. How do I know that? God, this town is small. She noticed her mother and did a double-take. You okay, Mom? A deep vertical line had formed between Jen's brows. Cy, I don't want you going to Elijah Pressler's party. Cy exchanged a bemused glance with Violet. Okay. Just trick-or-treating and then straight back home. Well, trick-or-treating in a couple haunted houses. Nisha's been telling me about this one near the school. Its theme is this old story about something called the Red Bride. Just not the party, Jen repeated snappishly. Yeah, I got that, Mom. An edge crept into Cy's voice as well. A tense silence followed, eased when Violet said, I still don't have a costume. Cy opened the drawer nearest the back door and handed her a pair of sunglasses. Here, now all you need is a Nerf gun and you can be a Terminator. We have some in the garage. Nerf guns, I mean, not Terminators. Hold on, I'll get one. How am I supposed to see in the dark with... But Cy was already out the back, and Jen had disappeared through the other door, leaving Violet holding the sunglasses. When she tried them on, she discovered one of the arms was loose. Jen retreated to the den and sat at the desk with her laptop computer. Her intention was to look at the local newspaper's archive and see if anything had been reported recently about Pressler or his home. However, when the screen lit up, an alert displayed, informing Jen of the arrival of a new email message. When Jen saw the name of the sender, all thoughts of Pressler were driven away. The back door opened and shut. Got it, came Cy's voice. I just need my shawl and we can go. Her footsteps clomped up the stairs. Thus assured, Jen opened the email and began to read. She swore under her breath. Meep. Roswell the cat leapt onto the desk, purring, attempting to nuzzle Jen's cheek. She lifted him off and backed down to the floor, whereupon he simply leapt up again. Jen stood, picked him up, carried him to the kitchen, filled his food bowl, hurried back to the den, and found Violet standing by the desk, her head bent toward the computer screen. What are you doing? Jen exclaimed. Violet yelped, jumping in fright. Something tumbled from her hand to the floor. Jen advanced on her and demanded, Are you reading my emails? What? No, I was trying to fix this. She held up the sunglasses with the limp arm, then stooped and picked up what she'd dropped, a tiny Phillips head screwdriver. Jen noticed the desk lamp had been switched on. I tried in the bathroom, Violet said in a trembling voice, but it wasn't bright enough, so I thought... Cy's footsteps thundered down the stairs. Jen darted to the computer and clicked away from the email. Cy entered the den holding a Nerf gun and a shawl to go with her prom dress and stopped dead. What's going on? Jen and Violet each cast a tense, sidelong glance at the other. I was fixing these sunglasses, Violet stammered. Your mom startled me. After a moment, Jen nodded. That's right. Cy eyed one, then the other of them. Okay, so you're both lying to me. That's nice. No, Cy, honestly, she just made me jump, Violet insisted. Cy moved in closer. If she only came in just now, how did she have time to turn on her computer and open her email account? Seems more like she was here first, and then you... Her jaw dropped in realization. To her mother she said, You didn't startle her, she startled you. No, Cy, you thought she was me. You were reading an email you didn't want me to see. Cy, I didn't think she was you. What is it? She moved toward the computer. Jen instinctively moved to block her. What is it? Is it something about Dad? No. Oh my God, it is! I knew there was something you weren't telling me. I asked you and you said no. You made me feel all guilty for... That's enough! Violet had never heard Jen raise her voice that way before. Cy quieted, but still looked livid. Jen took a deep, long breath. Cy, you've read the situation wrong. There is no email pertaining to your father's death. I promise you that. Then show it to me. Cy's voice broke slightly. Jen closed her eyes for a moment. I can't. A tear ran down Cy's cheek. Fine, she muttered, wiping it away brusquely. She turned to Violet. You tell me what it was then. Violet blanched. I don't know. You didn't see it? Cy, don't drag her into this, said Jen. Now you don't want to miss trick-or-treating. Cy looked from her mother to her friend, trembling with fury. She tossed the Nerf toy to the ground. To hell with both of you, she muttered before stomping out the back. A moment later they glimpsed her through the window, biking alone toward the village. Violet turned to Jen. I'm sorry, she gasped. I didn't know what was... I think it's time you started looking for room and board elsewhere. Stony-faced, Jen took the laptop from the room.